Welcome back to BNB Spoilers channel. Today we will dive deep into the emotional whirlwind awaiting fans of The Bold and the Beautiful on Friday, May 16th, as dramatic revelations and heart-wrenching decisions unfold. In this extended exploration, we'll uncover the layers of heartbreak, loyalty, and romantic entanglements that define this gripping episode. From Steffy Forrester's shocking disclosures to Taylor Hayes at the Cliff House to Hope Logan's tearful crossroads with Liam Spencer and Carter Walton, every moment promises to tug at your heartstrings. We'll also explore how newcomer Daphne Rose plays a pivotal role in reshaping Carter's future, while hidden emotions and difficult choices threaten to alter relationships forever. Buckle up for a detailed look at the chaos, compassion, and complexity that make this soap opera a must-watch. At the iconic Cliff House, a scene of profound intensity is set to unfold as Steffy Forrester prepares to deliver not one, but two staggering pieces of news to her mother, Taylor Hayes. Picture this serene yet tension-filled setting, where the crashing waves outside mirror the turmoil within. Taylor, returning perhaps from a long day of reflection or professional commitments, steps into the room just as Steffy is confiding in her husband, John Finn Finnegan. Unbeknownst to Taylor, she's about to overhear a conversation that will stop her in her tracks. News of Liam Spencer's dire health crisis. Liam, a central figure in the Forrester and Logan families, has been diagnosed with an inoperable brain tumor, a devastating condition that promises no hope of recovery. This bombshell alone would be enough to shatter anyone, but for Taylor, a psychiatrist accustomed to guiding others through emotional storms, it hits with a unique weight. She has counseled countless individuals through grief, yet now faces the raw pain of watching someone so intertwined with her family's history slip away. As the gravity of Liam's prognosis sinks in, Steffy reveals her second shock. Against Liam's explicit wishes, she disclosed his condition to Hope Logan. Steffy's reasoning, as she passionately explains to her mother, stems from a place of deep empathy. She couldn't bear the thought of Hope, who shares a daughter, Beth Spencer, with Liam, being blindsided by this tragedy. Steffy paints a vivid picture of her internal struggle, torn between honoring Liam's secrecy and protecting Hope's right to prepare for the inevitable. Taylor, ever the compassionate matriarch, absorbs this confession with a mix of concern and understanding. Alongside Finn, she offers Steffy a pillar of support, affirming that under such heart-wrenching circumstances, transparency was the kinder choice. Taylor muses aloud that Hope's bond with Liam, rooted in years of love and shared parenthood, deserved this painful honesty, reinforcing Steffy's decision as a bittersweet necessity. Meanwhile, across town at Brooke Logan's residence, an equally poignant chapter unfolds as Hope grapples with the devastating news of Liam's condition. The cozy, familiar space, often a backdrop for family reconciliations, now echoes with the sound of Hope's quiet sobs as she sits with Liam, pouring out her heart. Imagine the flickering light of a nearby lamp casting shadows over their faces, amplifying the gravity of their exchange. Their conversation, raw and unguarded, reveals Hope's desperate wish to cling to every remaining moment with Liam, even as she wrestles with the knowledge of his limited time. Unbeknownst to them, Carter Walton lingers just beyond earshot, an unintended witness to this soul-bearing moment. As Hope's voice trembles with promises of a future she knows cannot fully materialize, Carter's heart fractures. He hears in her words a commitment to Liam that feels like a final rejection of their own burgeoning connection. The weight of this overheard confession pushes Carter into a vulnerable state, leaving him ripe for the influence of Daphne Rose, an enigmatic new presence in his life. Daphne, with her confident demeanor and calculated charm, has already been nudging Carter to release his lingering hopes for Hope. Now, sensing his despair, she seizes the opportunity to comfort him, her words laced with both sympathy and subtle persuasion. She paints a picture of a life unburdened by unrequited love, suggesting that Hope's emotional tether to Liam is a clear sign for Carter to forge a new path. Daphne's insistence grows more pointed as she frames this heartbreak as a liberating moment, urging Carter to see that Hope is prioritizing her past over any potential future with him. With her sultry voice and knowing glances, Daphne positions herself as the antidote to Carter's pain, hoping to solidify her place in his heart. As Carter reels from the sting of perceived rejection, Daphne's allure becomes a dangerous temptation, a lifeline in a sea of emotional turmoil. Yet, even as Carter teeters on the edge of giving in to Daphne's advances, the narrative at Brooke's house takes a complex turn. Liam, despite his own suffering, remains a steadfast voice of reason for Hope. With a quiet strength, he reminds her of the harsh reality. His days are numbered, and clinging to a dream of forever with him is a path to greater pain. Visualize Liam, his face etched with both resolve and tenderness, taking Hope's hands in his as he implores her to consider Carter as her true future. He speaks of Carter's unwavering devotion, contrasting it with the fleeting time he himself can offer. Liam's selflessness in this moment is a testament to his love for Hope. He wants her happiness above all, even if it means pushing her toward another man. This poignant plea plants a seed of doubt in Hope's mind, stirring a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. Could she truly turn back to Carter after this emotional upheaval? The possibility of a reunion with Carter, once seemingly out of reach, now flickers on the horizon, complicated by her grief and lingering loyalty to Liam. For Carter, however, the timing couldn't be worse. Caught in Daphne's web of seduction, he might succumb to her charms just as Hope begins to reconsider her choices, setting the stage for a tangled web of missed opportunities and unspoken desires. As these parallel storylines converge, the ripple effects promise to send shockwaves through the entire cast of The Bold and the Beautiful. The emotional stakes are sky high, with each character facing decisions that could redefine their futures. Steffi's revelations to Taylor highlight the enduring strength of family support, even amidst impossible choices, while Hope's struggle underscores the delicate balance between honoring the past and embracing what lies ahead. Carter's flirtation with Daphne introduces a wild card element. Will she become a permanent fixture, or merely a fleeting distraction from his true feelings? And Liam, at the center of this storm, embodies a tragic nobility, his impending loss casting a shadow over every interaction. This episode is a masterclass in soap opera storytelling, weaving together themes of love, loss, and the relentless pursuit of happiness against all odds. As we await the next chapter, one thing is certain. The romantic complications and heartfelt confessions of May 16 will leave fans eagerly anticipating what's next for Hope, Carter, Liam, and the extended Forrester and Logan clans. Next, we will explore the deeply emotional and heart-wrenching developments unfolding on The Bold and the Beautiful as tragedy strikes at the core of the Logan and Forrester families. In this extended feature, we delve into the poignant moments shared between Hope Logan and Liam Spencer at Brooke's house, where a crushing revelation about Liam's health shatters their world. Simultaneously, at the Cliff House, Steffy Forrester and John Finn Finnegan grapple with the repercussions of Steffi's decision to defy Liam's wishes by sharing his devastating secret with Hope. With new details and creative reimaginings woven into each scene, we'll paint a vivid picture of the sorrow, strength, and unexpected bonds forming amidst this crisis. Join us as we unpack the raw emotions, delicate conversations, and profound connections that define this unforgettable episode, promising to leave fans reeling with anticipation for what's next. At Brooke's cozy residence, a scene of tender despair plays out as Hope and Liam find themselves wrapped in a desperate embrace, the weight of an unspoken truth hanging heavy in the air. The familiar warmth of Brooke's living room, with its soft lighting and family photos lining the walls, starkly contrasts the cold reality facing the pair. Liam, his voice barely above a whisper, searches Hope's tear-streaked face and murmurs, "You've heard, haven't you? Her pained silence and trembling lip confirm his suspicion before words can. With a grimace of resignation, he mutters Steffi's name, piecing together how Hope came to know of his terminal diagnosis. "It's true," he admits softly, "I'm dying." Hope's sobs break the stillness, her grief a tidal wave crashing against the fragile shore of their shared history. Liam, ever the protector, reveals he had begged Steffy and Finn to keep his condition a secret, hoping to shield Hope from this agony. Yet, Steffi's fierce determination to be honest overruled his plea, taking the decision into her own hands. Hope, through her tears, pleads with Liam not to resent Steffy for this betrayal, her voice cracking as she insists, "I'm thankful to know. I need to stand by you through this." Her anguish spills over as she rails against the injustice of it all. Why Liam, why now, when their time feels so cruelly short? "We can't bear to lose you," she cries, collapsing into his arms once more. Liam recounts the terrifying moment Steffi found him unconscious, her quick thinking propelling him to the hospital where a drastic procedure drilling into his skull to relieve pressure temporarily saved him, explaining his recent choice of headwear to hide the scars. But the fleeting hope of recovery was crushed by the discovery of an inoperable brain mass, a silent enemy with no remedy. Hope, clinging to any shred of possibility, questions if there's a treatment they've overlooked, but Liam gently assures her that the best medical minds are already at work, with no miracles to offer. "They're just letting you slip away," she laments bitterly, unable to fathom a world without him. Liam, his own heart breaking, confesses his deepest sorrow, leaving Hope and their daughters, so young and innocent, unable to grasp why their father won't be there to see them grow. "I dreamed of watching them become strong women," he says, voice thick with emotion, "and I won't get that chance." Yet, amidst the darkness, he finds a sliver of light, noting how this ordeal has sharpened his appreciation for every fleeting moment and the love he still has to give. Their shared pain becomes a quiet vow to cherish what remains, even as the inevitable looms. Meanwhile, at the Cliff House, where the panoramic ocean views often bring solace, Steffi and Finn navigate their own turbulent emotions under the weight of Liam's secret no longer being contained. Imagine the late afternoon sun casting long shadows across the room, mirroring the uncertainty in Steffi's heart as she discusses with Finn whether Liam will harbor anger over her decision to tell Hope. Steffi, her resolve tinged with vulnerability, stands firm in her belief that Hope deserved this painful truth to begin preparing herself and their daughter, Beth, for the loss ahead. "I broke his trust," she admits, her voice wavering, "but it was the only way." Finn, ever her steadfast supporter, nods in agreement, recognizing the necessity of Steffi's choice despite its cost. He muses that Hope, as Beth's mother, had an undeniable right to know about the father of her child slipping away. Probing gently, Finn asks how Hope reacted to the news. Steffi's eyes cloud with memory as she describes Hope's initial shock, a visceral disbelief morphing into raw devastation. She recalls the agonizing moment of delivering the news, stammering through the revelation that Liam's brain mass offers no hope, and how he'd wished to keep this burden private. "I couldn't hold it back from her," Steffi confesses, her hands fidgeting with nervous energy. "Our shared history, the love we'd both had for Liam, it compelled me to speak." Finn reflects on the unique closeness between Steffi and Hope, forged through years of rivalry and reconciliation, now binding them in shared grief. He observes how surreal it must feel for Steffi to find herself empathizing so deeply with Hope, a dynamic neither could have predicted. "You'll need to lean on each other," Finn suggests softly, envisioning the two women, both mothers to Liam's children, uniting to preserve his legacy and support one another through the mourning process. Steffi, tears brimming, nods as she processes this truth. "I see her pain because I feel it too," she whispers, acknowledging that only Hope truly understands the depth of her loss, and vice versa. This unexpected alliance, born from tragedy, hints at a newfound strength they'll draw from as they face the unthinkable together, their bond a poignant reminder of the family ties that persist even in heartbreak. As these twin narratives of sorrow and solidarity unfold, the emotional landscape of the bold and the beautiful grows ever more intricate, weaving a tapestry of loss, love, and the courage to confront an uncertain future. At Brooks, Hope and Liam's tender exchange encapsulates the fragile beauty of fleeting time, each word and touch imbued with the urgency of impending goodbye. Their conversation reveals not just grief, but a fierce determination to make every second count, a theme that resonates through the pain. Simultaneously, Steffy and Finn's discussion at the Cliff House underscores the moral dilemmas of truth versus protection, with Steffy's choice to prioritize Hope's need to know showcasing her growth into a figure of empathy over rivalry. Finn's insights into their evolving dynamic with Hope add a layer of hope amidst despair, suggesting that unity might emerge as their greatest strength. Beyond these immediate interactions, the specter of Liam's condition looms over the entire cast, promising to ripple through relationships in unforeseen ways. Will Hope find the strength to balance her grief with life's demands? Can Steffy and Hope truly become each other's rock in this storm? Next, we will immerse ourselves in the emotional roller coaster of the bold and the beautiful as personal struggles, heartfelt confessions, and poignant realizations take center stage in the lives of our beloved characters. In this expanded exploration, we'll journey through the charged atmosphere of Forrester Creations' design office, where Carter Walton wrestles with his longing for Hope Logan, while Brooke Logan offers words of wisdom and encouragement. Simultaneously, at the Cliff House, Steffy Forrester and John Finn Finnegan reflect on the ripple effects of a devastating secret shared with Hope. Finally, at Brooke's home, Liam Spencer and Hope share a deeply moving exchange about life, love, and the fleeting nature of time. With fresh details and inventive additions woven into each scene, we bring you a vivid recounting of heartbreak, hope, and enduring connections that promise to keep fans captivated. Let's dive into the intricate tapestry of emotions defining this unforgettable episode. In the sleek, creative hub of Forrester Creations' design office, tension simmers as Carter Walton grapples with an inner storm, his frustration boiling over in a sudden, sharp strike of his fist against the polished desk. The modern workspace, adorned with fabric swatches and design sketches, feels like a hollow shell without the vibrant presence of Hope Logan, whose absence gnaws at Carter's focus. His mind wanders uncontrollably, replaying tender moments of stolen kisses with Hope, each memory a bittersweet reminder of what he fears he's lost. The door swings open, and Brooke Logan enters, her perceptive gaze immediately catching the turmoil etched on Carter's face. With a gentle, maternal tone, she remarks on his evident distraction, careful to assure him she's not here to pry into his private thoughts. Carter, unable to mask his feelings, confesses that hope consumes his every thought. Together, they lament the void her absence has created in this once bustling space, a palpable emptiness that mirrors their shared concern. Carter reflects on Steffy Forrester's staunch opposition to Hope's return, a recurring clash that seems inevitable given their history of rivalry. He opens up to Brooke about a lingering regret surrendering control of the company back to the Forresters was the honorable choice, a restoration of legacy, but it came at a steep personal cost. I might have sacrificed my chance with Hope, he admits, his voice heavy with self-doubt, recalling how he failed to stand by her side or leave with her when tensions flared. Brooke, ever empathetic, counters that his reaction was a natural response to the chaos of the moment, a state of shock rather than a reflection of his character. She reassures him that his integrity shines through, and she holds immense respect for the depth of his feelings for her daughter. With a light chuckle, Carter listens as Brooke shares that she recently discussed this very topic with Deacon Sharp over coffee at Il Giardino, confiding to him that Carter's commitment to Hope remains unwavering. I told Deacon that deep down, Hope still loves you, she reveals, sparking a hopeful smile on Carter's face. He nods in agreement, expressing his belief that Hope's emotions for him haven't faded. She's merely guarding her heart after feeling betrayed by his inaction. Brooke, with a knowing glint in her eye, urges him to hold fast to Hope. I understand my daughter's heart, she does love you, she insists, fueling Carter's resolve. With renewed determination, he vows never to give up, convinced that a future with Hope is within reach, a dream worth fighting for against all odds. Meanwhile, at the Cliff House, where the serene ocean backdrop often masks underlying tensions, Steffy and Finn engage in a quiet yet weighty conversation about the consequences of a life-altering decision. Picture the late afternoon light filtering through expansive windows, casting a golden hue over the room as Steffy's expression shifts to one of surprise upon learning from Finn that Liam Spencer has ventured out, likely to see Hope. He'll realize soon enough that she knows, Steffy muses, a flicker of apprehension in her tone as she contemplates Liam's reaction to her breach of trust. Finn, with his steady demeanor, gently probes if Steffy harbors any regrets about disclosing Liam's grave condition to Hope. Steffy shakes her head, resolute, her voice firm as she explains that Liam will need every ounce of support in the challenging days ahead. I had to tell her, she asserts, recalling the emotional weight of that moment, the necessity of preparing Hope for the inevitable outweighing her promise of secrecy. Finn nods in understanding, recognizing the profound bond that ties these families together, a connection that demanded such honesty despite the cost. Steffy reflects on the burden of carrying Liam's secret alone for so long, the sleepless nights spent wrestling with whether silence or truth would cause more harm. She admits to Finn that seeing Hope's initial shock morph into gratitude, albeit tinged with sorrow, reaffirmed her choice. He's not just a part of her past, he's Beth's father, Steffy adds, underscoring the stakes for their daughter's future.